Mr. Pizzuto's reasoning that Ms. Deeming was not being a team player and that she was breaking party rules of unity has a very hollow ring to it. Let's get some perspective here. He was the one who failed to support and back her right to express the views of a large percentage of the party base and faithful, if not the little rabble of the parliamentary party. Ms. Deeming's defamation action against Mr. Pizzuto is set to be filed in the federal court on June 8. Meantime, federal Liberal leader Peter Dutton isn't happy with all this mess. He told the ABC he wouldn't rule out federal party intervention in the Victorian State Branch and said, "I make it very clear to the Victorian Division that I want this mess sorted out as quickly as possible. My interest is in getting the matters that are in the press at the moment resolved because it doesn't help our brand, it doesn't reflect on our broader party movements." Unfortunately, it does. And former Prime Minister Tony Abbott said that he was utterly dismayed that a mainstream political party would sack somebody for defending women's rights. I've said before that I don't think the Liberal Party can continue as a party of moderates and conservatives living together under one brand. John Howard's broad church is just way too broad now. The people within the Liberal Party are happy there. They've made their bed being the party of centre-left thinking, and that's fine. That is their right. But Conservatives cannot remain inside the party now, and they cannot change it from within. I had hoped for that possibility for a while, but I'm now convinced by those who do say it is impossible. Australia needs a completely new, major conservative, classical Liberal Party. An unapologetic, strong, passionate, professionally run, that's the hard part, party, that will speak loudly and proudly for the majority of Australians who do not hold left-wing views. We need a party made up of strong, hard-working people, united on a mission to take back this country from the left who are destroying it before our very eyes. A party of career politicians, too scared, too gutless to engage in the culture war, cannot and will not save us from the attacks in that war. A party of people who behave as technocrats and bureaucrats who'd be better in a government department job or playing it safe lost in some fat corporation's bureaucracy simply do not have the mettle to lead and inspire our people, our great nation, or any of its states. And a conservative-leaning classical Liberal like Peter Dutton, I think sadly has very little chance of ever becoming Prime Minister because the Liberal Party of today will simply not permit it. So what is the solution? Well, for starters, the National Party needs to rediscover its independence, especially in Queensland, where it's united with the Libs in an even broader than the broad church. It's way too broad. The Nationals can become a true representative of traditional values of the people, of the land, and of working class conservatives of our outer suburbs, and form the core of a new strong party. The National Party then needs to reach out to all the smaller parties like One Nation and UAP and the Liberal Democrats and try to bring them into the fold under a professionally run large organisation with a strong constitution and set of operating rules, with a leader who could ensure egos are kept in check, radical extremist elements within the parties are controlled, arguments are kept inside the party room, and core values are committed to by everyone. Everyone who's a conservative within the Liberal Party should then leave the moderates to what they've created and join this new entity. This is the only way that we will save Australia from a radical socialist far-left Green Party, a left-wing Labor Party that's lost its traditional right faction, and a centre-left Liberal Party that are all propped up by an increasingly leftist mainstream agenda in the media. The time is now, and it must happen, or I fear the country is doomed to increasing socialism and long-term mediocrity and poverty. If you enjoyed that content, there's lots more where that came from. The Other Side Australia is back every Tuesday and Friday on ADH TV and all good podcast platforms. It's your weekly short circuit summary of the best news commentary from Australia and abroad. Don't miss it.